5 football games are on tap this Saturday with 4 conference games in the lineup. Our one out-of-conference matchup, Louisiana at Alabama, starts the day off at 11 a.m. Central on the SEC Network, followed by ULM at Georgia State at 1 p.m. Central on ESPN+. Appalachian State will welcome South Alabama to Boone for the Mountaineers Conference opener, while the Jaguars will be playing in their second Sun Belt game. App State currently dominates the Sun Belt in a number of categories, offensively leading the league in scoring, total offense, and passing offense. The Mountaineers' 51.7 points per game ranks 6th nationally.
Coming off of a 9-win season where they've had a big blowout victory in their bowl game, and then, this year, they've beaten 2 opponents, one by 40 and the other by close to 70. And then the one that they didn't was Penn State, the Rose Bowl champions. They took to overtime. They're a good football team. But that's the kind of teams that you play in the Sun Belt Conference, and we're excited about it because we like playing those guys, and to get to where we want to get to, we got to go on the road and beat teams like that, and that's the challenge that's in front of us, and that's one that we're really looking forward to.
Taking a look at South Alabama, the Jaguars are led by quarterback Evan Orth, who tied a school game record with 360 passing yards against Memphis, completing 24 of 32 attempts. On the other side of the ball, Nigel Lawrence is also making his mark, having led the team in tackles 3 out of 4 games this season.
First thing that stands out against them is their speed. I think defensively in the secondary particularly, those guys can run. They're creating a lot of turnovers on defense. Their defensive line really get after the passer. Very aggressive defense.
South Alabama at Appalachian State is set for 2:30 Central on ESPN+. Coastal Carolina wraps up a 3-game road swing when they visit Troy on Saturday. The Chanticleers and Trojans are the top 2 teams in the East Division and boast identical records, both 1-0 in conference play, 3-1 overall, and both on a 3-game win streak. With their win last week over Louisiana, the Chanticleers matched their win total for all of last season. The Chants put up 497 yards of total offense and held the Raging Cajuns to 50 yards below their season average. Coastal fans will want to keep an eye on the Chanticleers lineup to see if QB Kilton Anderson will be a go, and if so, how much after he left last week's game with what came to be an ankle sprain.
Yeah, when he was brought down on the 1-yard line, and he had an ankle sprain. So we put him in a boot right away, and he was up around it. He got treatment that evening, got treatment the next day. So he'll be a question mark as far as Saturday goes, but I think we'll find out where he is on Thursday. It's not that serious, and he might very well be able to go.
As for Troy, head coach Neil Brown noted on Monday that the Trojans' win over ULM was a solid win over a quality opponent. But heading into this weekend and the rest of the season, Brown stated 2 specific improvements he'd like to see for the Trojans. Defensively, they need to stop the run better, and offensively, they must be more consistent. You can catch Coastal Carolina at Troy at 2:30 Central on ESPN3. The power of Paulson will be tested when Arkansas State visits Georgia Southern in what will be Saturday's Sun Belt nightcap. The Red Wolves and the Eagles will meet for the 3rd time as Sun Belt Conference opponents, with Arkansas State holding a 2-1 advantage. The Red Wolves secured a winning record this season against non-conference opponents, with quality wins over Tulsa from the American and UNLV from the Mountain West. Scouting Georgia Southern, the Eagles rank 1st in Sun Belt play in scoring defense, 2nd in total defense, and offensively, 2nd in rushing offense with 244.3 yards per game, totaling 733 yards this season. Head coach Chad Lunsford knows the Eagles will be handed a big test to start conference play.
Very athletic, good football team, obviously favored in the conference, and so starting all conference play, we got to go against the top team, and so really looking forward to that and see where we kind of stack up in the conference with this game. I think there's plenty of things to work on, plenty of things to get better at, but what I will say positive about it, I believe we've improved each week. Clemson ended up being a different animal for us, but there were things that we could build off of from that game. But I thought from week 1 to week 2 to week 3, we've shown progress in all 3 phases.
Arkansas State at Georgia Southern will kick at 5 p.m. Central on ESPN+.